Off we go on to Port, and it'll be the last game of Port that we're going to see here in the group stages as well, Ian. So that's a little bit interesting for Lazarus and All Talents. Obviously, they'll be looking toward Ankara maybe as the next round continues.
What'll be interesting is that if they've watched any of the games from yesterday and picked up anything, so see if we can spot any patterns. They've seen some pretty good crossfire yesterday on this map.
Certainly have. All Talents will be starting on the defensive side, and we have obviously talked quite extensively about that. Now, interestingly, Lazarus have opted to go for the double snipers on the attack. How do you see that working out here on Port?
I think that might be just what the doctor ordered on this map. Remember what they were doing yesterday when we saw the Chinese they were either very aggressive or they were trying to pull a lot of rotations. If you've got the Orms covering down each of these angles, look, I don't know why they're both here together, but if you've got the Orms covering the crosses, if you can put some pressure on that B site, get NLS to come across, then that's your opportunity through the double doors. But it looks like they're going for a different tact.
It doesn't seem as though All Talents are particularly worried about the A-bomb site. They have 40 there with the Orm. Exactly. He's able to watch the long angle.
That's what you'd expect as well.
Yeah, I mean, they can actually float that extra player over to the B-bomb site. So it's actually not looking like a bad defensive setup from All Talents, but we're going to have to see whether it'll pan out that way, as there's an exchange of fire through the smoke. Neither team really suffering too many losses just yet.
This is a very offensive defense from
that's a good flash.
AT, very similar to what we saw Super Valiant do as well, Jordan.
Niels just has to duck his head down for a moment, and the timing is right. Loons will double down. Niels to help him out. Lazarus don't manage to make the greatest of inroads here toward the B-bomb site. 2 for 3. As Logical pushes way forward. Vizzy does go down. A good trade, though, from 40. And luckily enough, All Talents with that numbers advantage able to trade out effectively. They will win the round.
Look, credit to Lazarus to get it back to that point, just a one-on-one. But essentially, AT just All Talents with that aggression, that aggressive hold on the B site, really nulling any advantage that they have. And they still took the fight to Lazarus and dealt with it really easily.
Well, now it's a double sniper set up on the defensive side as well for All Talents.
It's as if Logic is preparing himself for a push on the A site, and I don't know why anyone would do that. So it is a little bit strange, or maybe he's there for an instant trade for Tooney as well. So NLS.
What is going on here? I mean, Lazarus are just going all in one by one, and NLS is having a great time.
It's more of a case of All Talents just pushing around the map and doing whatever they feel like, and Lazarus unable to punish them.
I mean, that's not a round that you'd like to see early on in the piece there, I don't think, for Lazarus, because for All Talents, that gives you a lot of confidence.
You've really got to wonder what All Talents were doing. They weren't set up waiting for a push, then what were they doing? Were they having a chat? Were they talking about what they wanted to do?
You mean Lazarus, right?
Sorry, yes, Lazarus. So, what did I say? All Talents?
All Talents.
Yeah, okay. That's just.
I think we knew what All Talents was doing.
Yeah, we know what they were doing. They were just looking for kills. They're going for that Maiden style of just pushing and doing whatever you feel like.
Well, NLS is going to have a bit of a peek in towards mid here with the sniper. Does spot out Tooney over the smoke.
What smoke? Great stuff by All Talents to start off the round with an advantage. Ooh, shot through the wall there.
Has connected. A little bit of extra damage onto some of the Lazarus players. And 2 guys in mid here for All Talents. Actually now make that 3. Certainly seems like All Talents have a good idea of what Lazarus are doing.
Well, that's the thing. All Talents know what Lazarus are doing, but it doesn't look like Lazarus know what they're doing at this point. This is one of those rounds the double sniper in middle would have become in real handy.
Particularly with the peaks that Niels is taking. Lazarus have really slowed down quite substantially. Obviously, they know that Niels is hanging around, but they're just not sure what to do about it. Starting to run a little low on the utility. You can see Leaves and Logic only with the 1 smoke left. Albert does catch finally that aggression from All Talents, and it does get punished. So we're back to a 4v4. Now the best possible opportunity that Lazarus have had so far to get into one of the bomb sites.
And they've got a minute left on the clock, right? So anything's possible at this point, but they haven't made any inroads other than evening it up. They're still as far away from the bomb site as they started. And Logic and Vizy can hear each other. You can just feel the tension as well between these two teams. When it does go dead quiet on a defensive side, you do start to wonder, what are they doing? What are they planning? They're up to no good.
Yeah, that said, Vizzy does have, I think, quite a bit of information here in mid that there's not a whole lot going on for now. The flash is going to come through.
Logic fell off.
Actually, the smoke. And Vizzy does get the timing right. Not quite well enough to get both the frags there, but at least that's the information. At least that's a tell for All Talents as to what Lazarus are trying to do. And they do have the 2 players over towards this A bomb site. So accordingly, for All Talents, it was looking good until Lazarus find a couple of quick picks. Now 2v1 for Moon. He's got a bit of work to do on this retake.
Great work to get the bomb down as well for Lazarus. So that's a good sign that they've worked this round perfectly. And like you said, Jordan, a bit of pressure on Moon, but still early days yet in this match.
He spotted Leaves, doesn't quite manage to connect the shots that he wanted to. A little bit of a tickle there. Go for the second chance here as well, but Leaves does win the round, and Lazarus, well, they're excited about winning the round.
Let's go. Smell the freedom.
You didn't hear a peep from All Talents when they won their first couple.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, to be honest, that's like classic European.
Especially, I suppose, when you're the favourite team.
Yeah.
Lazarus come in as the underdogs.
When you win, you're just like, this is expected.
Yeah.
But also, get a little bit fired up, and that can help sometimes. So it depends what kind of team Lazarus are. If they are a team that builds off that momentum. We did see a lot of that with the Brazilian squads.
Yeah. I kind of get the idea from Lazarus that they're here to sort of have a good time and just sort of do their best. You know, they don't really come in with expectations.
I was going to say, you're just calling them party animals? That's not fair. That's not really fair, Jordan.
How's that not fair?
It's just not fair. It's judging a
being a party animal.
Judging a book by its cover.
No, I'm just saying I think that they don't have many expectations of this. So
you have a chat to them?
What they're going to be able to do out of this is...
I think they would be expecting to give All Talents a run for their money.
Well, we shall see.
I mean, you've got to remember, North America is a pretty good region in Crossfire. We've seen some real stars come out of there. And you've seen, what was it? Last year's team?
Carbon.
Yes, Carbon. And then Search to Destroy X. I mean, pretty much similar players, but...
Basically the same team, yeah.
Some real stars.
I never really felt like the North American teams have kind of reached their potential.
They've beaten Chinese teams.
In the group stages.
Doesn't matter.
In the best of ones.
Yeah, I'd like to see you beat a Chinese team.
I'm not saying that I could.
Well...
But they haven't made it to the semis, and...
Well, it is the hardest tournament of the year.
Yeah. And that shot looked like it was close, but Loons does just manage to dodge it. Push comes into the B site, though, and All Talents not having too many problems with this one. Loons, again, will have another opportunity. Takes advantage of it. Albert, just a 2K, but there's plenty of time for the players to rotate across there from All Talents.
Okay, that's a bit of a concern now because Lazarus fell quite easily there. Despite getting into the B site, All Talents were able to deal with that really well. They didn't look phased at all. They've gone for a passive hold on the B site. Again, no more aggression into the halls.
No, but there's aggression on the A side of the map.
Exactly, yeah.
And into mid now from Niels.
This isn't your average aggression. This is very deep. Wonder if they'll check for this. They know they left this particular section of the map open for quite a while, so as we saw yesterday with Emzen, able to push up here. But that's nice distraction there from Vizy. That's a free kill.
No one's able to trade it either because the smoke is up, so Niels is going to get out of here for free, I think.
If he can, that would be great.
And he does.
What a great little mini play there from All Talents. Perfect. A perfect play.
He's sort of just toying with Lazarus at this point. Loons has spotted the, I guess, the leg there of Albert.
And through the window.
Flashbang's come across, and this will be where All Talents again look to double down on that B bomb site.
Snuck a player.
He's aware of it. Just does duck down behind the box there as well. Leaves not able to trade things back on out. And this is looking like a worse situation for Lazarus than they might have expected. Really been stalled here on the B site.
Interesting to see that Lazarus, they snuck a couple of players out into the B site, but they were unable to get that crossfire happening.
Yeah, and then once they're out on the bomb site, they can't get back. So essentially, Lazarus now had to commit to that bomb site. They lose 2 players for it.
And the C4.
And they're still kind of stuck in the same situation where they can't really go anywhere else.
They're hoping now that All Talents get over aggressive and give them an opportunity back into this round, but Tooney's going to need to make a bit of noise to distract while Albert comes around on the flank. He's taking his time, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Still a little bit there, but losing Tooney is not a good time here for Albert. Does give away his position with the kill there under 40, but realistically, what are you going to do in this situation? A 1v4, very difficult to pull off. Yeah. And All Talents continue on their merry way.
Still, as far as we've seen on Port, not all that bad. At least they have one round to their name, Jordan. Still an opportunity to get back into this. Looks like a fast B attack. They're prepared for those push-ups on the halls, but NLS with great conditioning.
Loons was there as well. He got cleaned out, but this time it's Moon's opportunity to have a bit of a party, and he'll find 2. So Niels has rotated across with the Orm. And missed the shot, which will allow Lazarus forward, and that can be dangerous when you've got the Orm in your hands. You can't allow your opponents to get close. This is an opportunity for Lazarus to pull the victory from the jaws of defeat in the round, but 40 might just clutch it out. Shots are being missed everywhere. And 40, how is he still alive? How are they both still alive? I've got no idea. That shot doesn't connect either. Come on. Someone has to hit a shot. This is a mess. And finally, Lazarus do pick the round up. It's not the best way of grabbing a round, I'll be honest, Ian, but they've got it.
Speechless.
I'm sure.
That's just the pressure getting to both teams there, I think. Didn't look good, but it got the job done.
I suppose. Can't be relying on rounds like that, though.
Absolutely not.
So they're going to have to put a little bit more into these next couple. 2 rounds on the attack at this point in the half is actually not too bad.
Yeah, that's all they care about. Doesn't matter how messy it looks. Lazarus have got another round to their name.
I mean, if you look at the last couple of Port games that we saw, it was a 10-1 and a 10-2.
Yeah.
So already you got the 2 rounds here as Lazarus. If you can get that to 3, make it a 6-3 half, I think there's definitely an argument to be made that the second half can favour them here. Still, Niels will take an ambitious aim duel in mid.
Wow, this is a great fake by Lazarus on the A site. And then they came up through middle. Started off well, but then they actually got decimated. So.
Yeah. I mean, you can get all the strategy in the world correct, but if you just don't hit your shots, then that's, at the end of the day, where things are going to fall apart. And that's been the case here for Lazarus. Logic on his own, 1 for 6 at the moment.
Logic was the player to start the round off towards the A site, get that flash down towards 40, and that caused the rotation for NLS and caught him off guard as they attacked through middle. But unfortunately, the trades came out too efficiently for the European team as they extend their lead. Much needed rounds for them. You can see their aggression has actually dipped off a little bit.
More presence in mid from Lazarus.
Well, 40 does have that A site locked down, so he doesn't really need a teammate at this rate. Lazarus haven't really even tried anything in that direction yet, so sort of untested, but at the same time, it's nice of AT to adapt to that and just understand that 40 won't be trifled with at this time.
Well, an exchange of fire in mid is going to result in a 1-for-1. It's again an interesting aim battle being taken there by Niels. This time 40 does get dispatched off, so Lazarus in with another opportunity here. Can't let this one slip, and it doesn't seem as though they will, but Fizzy offering some final resistance on that A-bomb site, grabbing 2 makes it look winnable. However, Loons is not able to capitalize on the potential that was given to him, and Lazarus find their 3rd now on the attack, and this half's starting to shape up pretty nicely for them. Even still an opportunity to make it 5-4, which would be the best attacking side we've seen on Port, and in fact it already is the best attacking side.
Exactly.
But can go one better.
I think they're doing really well. They've sort of started to figure out AT at this point. And they do have a couple of opportunities left to even it up. That's about it.
A little bit of a slower round this time from Lazarus. Stuck behind some smokes.
It almost gets to this point where you're like, okay, we actually can do this, so let's go back to how we were before.
Back to basics.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's not throw this away. This is our last chance. Sneaky B push. They've got their utility ready to go.
Yep.
A lot of pressure here. You can see Moon ready with the counter flash.
Well, that's a good flash as well. Does catch a few of the Lazarus players, but they'll continue to push on forward. Now Loons and Moon have work to do, but Moon, he finds a great timing. Catches a few off, and that'll open the door for Loons as well.
That is so unreal. That strategy worked so many times for Moon.
Well, not a bad half anyway for Lazarus. 6-3, maybe could have made it a 5-4. But as I said, if they make it to 3, that's something to play with in the second half here for Lazarus. And we have, again, historically seen Port be quite a defensive-sided map.
Yeah.
If you've got a couple of good snipers there, or even just one good sniper for Lazarus on this defensive side, post them up on the A-bomb side, and that can become a stronghold. And then you really focus on having a couple more players in toward mid or in towards B, make that rotate a little bit quicker.
Some might say that's some sound logic.
Yeah. Could work for Lazarus.
I think this is a good opportunity for Lazarus. This could be our first upset.
Certainly could. But let's see how the first couple of rounds of this half do go. If all talents sort of stream away with some pretty solid ones here on the attack, I think we can maybe start to draw some conclusions from that.
Yeah, I'd love to stream some solid ones, Jordan. 40 sitting far back, though. Moon trying to bait out the peak from Logic. Won't happen. I swear I saw a sniper on all talents, but they've changed it up for the AK.
Moon is going to look for the entry here, and that's not going to work out nicely at all. Well traded by 40, but it's a 2-for-1. So Lazarus do have the advantage right now.
Yeah, that was perfect. That's exactly what you wanted. The trade didn't come out good enough. Logic does his job perfectly. And now AT need to think about how they're going to win this round with only 3 players. Tooney repositioning. Oh, this is sneaky by 40. Not sure how he even got here, but Eric backs off. The timing is impeccable.
Well, with that said, it kind of does give the A site to Lazarus here, actually. Eric still has no idea. There's a clean one for 40. And you can already see the players starting to work their way up long here for Lazarus. As long as they can cross, they're going to get a bomb down.
That could be just the round just completely thrown away there by Lazarus.
Indeed. 40's got a solid position here. A lot of utility to play with as well as the grenades come through. Big damage actually onto the All Talents players, but Lazarus, they don't worry about it regardless. It's the rifles that are going to finish the job here. That's a big round for Lazarus to win.
I think that's the first bomb plant we've seen on the A site, and it just got decimated. And that was probably the best chance at it as well. Sneaky play there by 40, doing so well. I feel like he could have held his nerve just a little bit longer against Eric, but the team was there and ready, so why not take the shot while you've got it. Again, no sniper for all talents. Very aggressive play here by Tooney.
Certainly is having a look, isn't he? But he does get out with his life. That certainly could have gone the other way.
So this is where Lazarus can get a little bit overzealous and start to throw away their lives. They're not in the lead yet, but they do want to keep the pressure and the momentum going in their favour.
They're playing like they're in the lead.
Exactly.
They're playing confidently.
You know, to be honest, and that's the most important thing in Crossfire.
Niels goes down early. Bit of a little whoop coming out from the Lazarus side. Getting into it.
Yeah, they're really applying the pressure here in middle. And you can see all talents grouping up towards that A site as they'll come through. Maybe a flashbang to try and catch Eric off guard. Not being held by a sniper, which is different to what we've seen. Tooney has rotated across, but he will also miss the timing here.
Well, the flashes do come out. 40 gets a nice entry, but Tooney is still rotating across, and he's the danger man right now on his defensive half. Already 4-0. And there's another one, so that's 5. Logic's going to jump through from mid, catches off Loons as well. And this attack has just been dismantled by Lazarus.
Yeah, this is just, if I'm all talents, I'm feeling like everything is just so random. But if I'm Lazarus, this is all calculated. Quick on the flank. They identified quickly that it was an A push. Tooney with a great job there to hold on to the bomb site, taking down 2 players without losing much health. So a lot of pressure there. Tooney saving the round. Tooney having a great half so far. Already at 6-0, I believe.
Look at this from Lazarus again. They really know what they want to be doing here on the defensive side of Port. They've got good ideas, good strategies set up, and it'll reap its benefit. Obviously, you see Logic get caught in mid there as well, but the push that they made actually did find themselves on pick there for Lazarus. They have a good idea of what they want to be doing right now.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have been happier to get out of there without losing a single player, but
Definitely.
The B attack going to come out now, and Albert not really in a great position to deal with it. Gets caught off guard.
Leaves, doesn't really get much more than the 1. And this might be the possibility for all talents to find their first round in the second half. They've been searching for it for a while. That said, these grenades could be very dangerous, and the first one is Eric catches Vizzy. Some more flashes coming through. It's back to a 2v2. Health advantage was there for all talents. And they're going to win the round as well. Nicely done, 40 to clutch it out. Finally, a round on the attacking side here
Yeah,
for
great
the European
clutch.
squad.
Great clutch there by 40. Obviously, that different angle from the Lazarus player, almost catching him off guard, but at the end of the day, just made his shot.
Up to 7, still some work to be done for all talents.
Yep.
Really not out of the woods just yet.
Lazarus again mixing it up a little bit now. Perhaps their aggression would be a bit predictable, so they've dialed it back. They've got Eric holding on to that A site on his own again, so that frees up Tooney to wander the map. So it's a 2-2 split here with 2 on the B site, 2 holding middle. Holes getting cleared out meticulously by all talents. Logic very risky, pushing up here through middle. Gets away with his life. That was so close. Moon was ready.
Albert certainly looks ready here as well on the B side. There's actually a bit of a stack from Lazarus with 3 players on this side. Tooney's even quite close in mid.
It's imminent. This B attack is imminent. They're lining up their utility. Albert doesn't have that same flash that Moon was able to use against all talents, against Lazarus.
There they come. Albert is going to try and do his best, but actually things are getting a little bit close here for Lazarus as all talents start to make their way onto the side and really just dispatch of the defenders with relative ease. Lazarus have a lot of work to do to salvage this one, and it's all on the shoulders of Eric. In a 4v1. Smokes up for him. They're going to push through it. Lazarus, no problems. And all talents.
Perfectly executed B hit there. You could see 2 players from all talents attack the site with a bit of gusto, while 2 players also sit back ready waiting for Albert. And as soon as Albert peeked out, he was met his demise. And I think that was just well planned.
And executed by all talents. 2 in a row now on the attack. That's starting to make Lazarus sweat.
Still a close game. Scoreline reflective pretty much of how it has been.
But it was really a lot of momentum with Lazarus. And that's sort of swung away now from them. Back to all talents. This is a good push from Logic. Can he get 240? A little bit slow on the reflexes to turn around. But does still win the aim duel. And in the meanwhile, Niels gets 1. But caught by Eric on the corner. The comms come across though. And the trade is there for all talents. Back to a 3v2. Again, a numbers advantage for the European squad. And they'll make it look easy to finish things off and make it now a match point.
Lazarus did everything right there except... Well, actually, no, they didn't do everything right. That's why they lost the round. But they did everything right to start things off. They identified that it was an A push very quickly, but then just got overconfident and over-peaked throughout the map. That middle aggression was great, except the randomness with 40 on the ladder, really catching him off guard. And then the round sort of collapsed on that. Everyone just peeking too much into multiple all-talent players. You want to get those 1v1s where you can.
Well, Lazarus now on the precipice. Some of that gusto has departed them, I feel.
Some of the winds have come out of their sails. I think it's safe to say. But
Yeah.
Eric, again, with a lot of pressure on him to hold this A site without a sniper rifle. Tooney, again, on the cross, though, ready. Let's see how quickly he can back up his team.
Well, flashes do come out, but all talents decide that they're going to push prior to them exploding, which is going to give the first pick to Tooney. There's another good shot coming through, but all talents are still making inroads, and now it's a 1v1 Moon. Against Leaves, it'll go the way of Moon and of all talents who do pick up the map of Port 10-5 and push themselves through to the upper bracket final.